Hey, hey, what's up, ladies? We got knowledge and self-cultivation in the house this week. So week 7. Wow, week 7. Okay, so moving through it. This one can be a little tough for people. I know it's a little tough for me, so don't worry if you're experiencing some resistance around this area because it's a toughie. Knowledge and self-cultivation really kind of tuning into you and yourself and your needs and all that kind of stuff and defining what that is a big deal. So this can be a little heavy, and that's why I saved it for the end. I actually learned the hard way in the last course that that people got stuck here. So just know that going in that you may feel some resistance, but if you can push through and add the elements that we need to add, it will open that up for you. So it will help open up that resistance and help you move forward with it. So the Feng Shui is going to help you move through that resistance. That's the beauty of Feng Shui, is that even if you're feeling that that inner strain and that inner turmoil and that inner resistance, you can make the move in the outside, in your space, and it will help alleviate that so that you can actually dive in and do the work that you need to do. So this area is all about, of course, knowledge of self, and it's all about your inner wisdom, tapping into your intuition, and it really calls for a calm and a still area of the house. Unfortunately for me, it is my kitchen. So there's dogs going in and out all the time. There's children. It's like the main access to our backyard. So it can be a little nutty in there, and it is one of my trigger zones. So I try and keep that area as clean and as neat as I possibly can. Of course, it gets away from me, just like it gets away from everybody else. But I really try to make sure that, because it's the kitchen, that my dishes are done, and that the island in the center is cleared off, and that there's not a bunch of school papers piled up. And I really try and keep track of that. That's where I actually keep the bills, but I keep track of them and make sure that they're paid on time and that nothing is overdue. So yeah, so it's a big area. If you want to access or deepen your sense of intuition or your connection to your intuition, this is the place to do it. If you want to grasp onto what your personal strengths are and own them, really understand what your personal strengths are, this is the place to do it. If you want to tap into what your personal weaknesses are, this is the place to do it, right? And owning it. So nobody's good at everything, right? We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. And it's just understanding what those strengths and weaknesses are that will propel us forward in our success, in our careers, in our business, in love. It's knowing yourself better than you know anybody else, right? That's the most important thing. So that brings up a good connection. This area is directly related to the love area, right? So here we are down in knowledge and self-cultivation, and love areas up here. So love and relationships, I guess that's the key point, right? And those two working together. If you want to have a successful relationship, then honey, you got to know yourself, right? You got to know your boundaries. You got to know what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what upsets you, what your likes are, right? Don't let this person up here that you're desiring create you, right? So it's okay, everybody morphs in relationships, but don't cave on those non-negotiables, right? Really understand who you are as a person and what makes you happy. and what's not going to make you happy, and understand those boundaries and really get in touch with them before you engage in a relationship. If you're already in a current relationship and you need to dial that in, that's the place to do it, right? So you can do it from a place of grace. You don't have to, come at your partner with, you don't understand me and, all that. It doesn't have to be that way. It just can be you getting in touch with what you need. And if this area is working for you, then they're going to know, that that's what you need. And they're going to respect that. Especially if you're a woman and in the mother area of your home, if that's dialed in, because that's calling in respect for you already, right? So it's caused it by having that love area swayed up and working for you. This is going to be easy. So they're already, oh yeah, I get it, mom, I get it, honey. This is what you need. Okay, let's do that, because happy wife, happy life. If mom ain't happy, nobody's happy. So, let's get in there and work on it. If you are calling in a new relationship, right? If you're trying to engage in a new relationship, you're single, then this area is the first place you should stop, right? Don't head up to the love area, because you need to really figure out what it is that makes you happy. You have to figure out you first before you can head up there, right? You have to be smart. Knowledge and self-cultivation. You have to be smart about it, right? He may be pretty or she may be pretty up there in the corner and, you're all goo-goo-eyed, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. So really understand what it is that makes you happy so that you can engage in that relationship with that other person fully. And it's going to make, if you know who you are, then they're going to know who you are, and you're going to know if it works or not, right? So, that is the key step. It's the same thing. This area, if it wasn't so intense, I would put this area first, because honestly, everything else in Feng Shui and in your life radiates out from here. So you could win the lottery, right? I'm pointing to I should have like a little drawing on the screen so that you guys, my face in the middle of the bagua. Wealth area up here, right? If you could win the lottery, and if your knowledge and self-cultivation area isn't tuned in and aligned, you're going to spend all that money. You're going to waste it. So it's the same with everything else in your life. So get that knowledge area tuned in, figure it out. A great way to attract people that are supportive of who you are, just the way you are, right? Not trying to change you, not trying to make you into something that you're not. And you having the confidence to say, hey, that doesn't work for me, and that's okay, right? My connection to my intuition has definitely intensified. And I think that is because of Feng Shui. Well, it's a whole lot of things. Things have opened up for me, and I'm able to tap into things. Like when I do those readings, when I did those readings for you guys with the photo readings, right? That is me tapping into my intuition. When I look at your photo, I see colors, and as the colors pop out at me in your photo, it tells me a story about what's happening in your home, because I see the colors and it relates to the bagua, and then somewhere in there it unfolds the story as to what's going on, and you have access to that. I'm not gifted in that way. This is actually something that's very new to me, just happening in the last year. And so I have found a way to tap into it, and it is amazing. It's actually kind of freaking me out because it's so crazy cool. But you guys can do it too. And this is the place to start doing it, right? Make sure this area, as much as you can, even if it's in your kitchen, make sure there's not like a bunch of junk around. There's not, gossip magazines and things like that hanging around. This area needs to be quiet and still as much as possible so that you can tap into those intuitive reserves, right? And into that wisdom, that intuitive wisdom that tells you exactly which way you need to move on any given day, right? So it's hugely important. The color for this area, for your easy shui zhuzhing, is blue. So I've got my blue shirt on. Hunch my shoulders up so you can see it. Blue is the color. So, and it's not a deep blue. It's more, I mean, you could do aqua, you could do royal blue, or anything in between. It's a lighter blue. It's a definite blue color. So whatever feels good to you. I've had the most, I love aqua. I gotta tell you that this kind of like royal-ish blue seems to resonate more, at least in my house. You can experiment with it, but that seems to work for me. So that's that stillness. Again, lighting in that area, you know, illumination and enlightenment, literally, is a great thing for that area. So if you have a dark spot, you want to add some light to it for sure. Books about anything that you want to access knowledge for. So books. If it's in your kitchen, even cookbooks, whatever, you know, whatever that is. So gaining access to more knowledge. The more knowledge you have under your belt, the better decisions you're going to make in this life. Let's see, healthy plants. Again, plants are great in every area, probably except for the career area. And even in the career area, you can probably get away with it. They are access to that living energy, right? So if you've ever gone into a house that hasn't been lived in, it feels kind of icky. So plants are constantly feeding that energy of a space. And also, it's a give and a take, right? So it's giving and receiving. They're giving you oxygen and energy and freshness, and you are taking care of them by watering them and nurturing them, right? So it is a great way. It's to bring in that giving and receiving energy that holds this whole thing together. What else? So photos of mentors that you would like to learn from, teachers or knowledgeable people that you look up to. It could be Einstein, or it could be a philosopher that you look up to, or a yoga teacher that has, you know, some serious wisdom about the practice of yoga. Soccer, you know, soccer coaches, you know, whatever it is that your thing is. If it's music, you know, then it's people that are associated with that, composers. So whatever your thing is, that's you know, what you can call in here. Artwork would be things, you know, serene scenes, right? Like calm lake scenes or sunsets. I like twilight, like that purpley blue color, so pictures of that, starry nights, that kind of thing. Mountains, it's a really great place to call in that mountain energy. Like if you're, you know, if sitting on top of that mountain and just accessing that, you know, like you're so high up in the sky, it's almost like you have a direct cord to that higher power, right? And it's just funneling that information right into you. So the knowledge of the mountain. What else? Going down the list. So meditation items or quiet reflection items. So just to remind you to step back and take a breath and take a moment to really just to empty out all of the stress and the chaos and just tap into that inner you and that inner wisdom. So that's what this area is all about. I know I have self-limiting beliefs around this area, so I know that, you know, other people do as well. So if you're having, again, that resistance come up, put your blue items in there and write in your journal about it, and hopefully, you know, you'll work through that resistance, because this is a key area to unlock so that you can move forward with this this course and with this progress that you're making through this course. So yeah, yeah, big stuff. So I will again see you guys in the Facebook group and in all the other areas. And I hope you guys are getting enough out of this that, you know, it's really been awesome. I'm just so excited to have you guys all with me on this journey and to be on your journey through this. So I can't believe we're in the knowledge and self-cultivation area already. This has really, truly been amazing. So good luck with this week. I know it's a little bit of a toughie, but if you can just break through, it's going to unlock so many things for you. Okay? All right, sugars.